You did not notice when it happened. There was no moment you can point to, no decision anybody made. The phone just quietly stopped ringing. And one day you looked up and realized the only calls coming in were from numbers you did not recognize trying to sell you something. The people who were supposed to know you best had become a name on a screen, a few words, a small yellow face where a voice used to be. I have around 200 followers. I do not know most of them. They do not know me. And I am not sure that number going up would change anything. Because this is not a follower problem. This is a connection problem. And they are not the same thing. This generation has more ways to reach each other than any generation in history. More platforms, more group chats, more ways to broadcast a moment and collect reactions in real time. And we are the loneliest generation in recorded history, not despite all of that, because of it. We traded phone calls for texts. We traded texts for emojis. We traded showing up for liking a post and moving on. And somewhere in all that efficiency, we forgot that efficiency and intimacy cannot occupy the same space. My wife and I text each other from different rooms. It is faster, it is convenient, and there are days it is the loneliest thing I know. I watch family children grow up in squares on a screen. Birthdays, first steps, first days of school. Grief in a grid, because nobody called, nobody thought to call. I have found out someone I loved was gone from a post before anyone picked up the phone, and I sat there staring at it, wondering when we decided that was okay. In Genesis chapter 2, verse 18, God said something before any of this existed. Before phones, before feeds, before the algorithm decided what you were worth based on how many people tapped a button. It is not good for man to be alone. He did not say it is not good for man to be unfollowed. He said alone. Actually alone. The kind of alone that a full inbox cannot touch. And here is what nobody is saying out loud. You can be the most connected person in any room and still be completely alone in the way that actually counts. The writer of Ecclesiastes knew something about this. There is a verse in chapter 4 that most of us have thumbed right past 100 times. Verse 10. If they fall, one will lift up his companion. But woe to him who is alone when he falls and has no one to lift him up. You can have 2,000 people watching your life and not one of them shows up when you fall. Not because they are bad people, because a feed does not work that way. A notification is not the same as a hand reaching down. Job said something that almost nobody ever reads. In Job chapter 16, verse 20, he wrote this, "My friends scoff at me. My eyes pour out tears to God." He reached out, and what he got back was not enough. So he turned to God, not as a last resort, as the only one left who could actually hold the weight of what he was carrying. That is not ancient history. That is somebody's Tuesday. There is a verse tucked into Proverbs that most of us have thumbed right past 100 times. Chapter 27, verse 19. As in water face reflects face, so the heart of man reflects man. You cannot see your own reflection clearly in choppy water. You need stillness. You need proximity. You need someone close enough and present enough that you can actually see yourself reflected back in them. A screen cannot do that. A like cannot do that. 2,000 followers cannot do that. Paul wrote something in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 12, that hits differently when you read it against everything we just said. For now we see in a mirror dimly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then I shall know fully, even as I have been fully known. Fully known. That is the ache underneath the ache. You are not just lonely. You are carrying the weight of being partially known everywhere you go and fully known nowhere. And that weight is heavy in a way that is very hard to explain to someone who has never felt it. But God knows it. He designed you for something better than this. The longing you feel is not a flaw. It is not weakness. It is not you asking for too much. It is a compass, and it is pointing you somewhere real. Come back at noon today. We are going to sit in that together. Guided prayer, just you and God. No feed, no reactions, no performance, just face to face. Drop scene in the comments. We are praying over every name. Hit that subscribe button and come on this journey with us. We will be here. We see you. We are here for you.